Hello world, welcome to Event Log, a bite-sized vlog where we cover the latest happenings in tech within 4 segments, sponsored by Team Logic IT, North San Antonio, your local IT provider, nationwide experience, and brainpower. Okay, we're back. This week we cover 4 segments, as we usually do. Number 1, Tech This Out, and Shifting the Power of Magic and Computing. Boom! Segment 1, Tech This Out. As we all know, space is the final frontier. What some of you may not know is that it's full of trash, specifically man-made trash. So with all of the activity that has been happening in space, which is a very good thing, it has also included a side effect of a lot of space debris that breaks off of the machines and the things that we launch out into space. What that means is satellites and anything like, that may have humans in it, like the International Space Station, is always in danger of getting hit by this space debris. I'm pretty sure it's going pretty fast because, as you can see in the pictures here, the space debris is just puncturing metal and whatever material is outside in space. So, unless we get a good handle on that space debris, on the space trash, we could be jeopardizing future endeavors and projects in space. So, not good. We're going to have to figure out some sort of system or business that actually cleans up the space trash. That is going to be the next frontier, I would say. Okay. Segment 2. What do we got? Hack attack. Segment 2 is our hack attack. What are we covering here? Oh, yes. So, in this segment, this isn't so much a hack as much as just poor security operations, just poor security practices when it comes to whenever you have management or people that have high credentials in the company systems, people that have access to a lot of sensitive data or operations in the company, whenever they leave, you need to make sure that you remove their credentials or that you reset credentials, that you remove them from the system so that these former or ex-managers or ex-management no longer has access to your systems. We know today that with technology you can have access from a laptop in a coffee shop to your home, to the beach, wherever you might be. If you don't reset those credentials or remove users from a system after they have left the company, after they've resigned, you're going to have problems. Specifically, the San Francisco soccer stadium lost, I don't know how much money, but they were down for quite a bit because an ex-manager decided to mess around with their systems, delete important information that allows their payment system to work, so they couldn't bill or charge for any food on their technology systems at the stadium. Very problematic. And for those of you that have access to your company's payment systems or any of your company's systems for that matter, and you've left the company, please don't go back in and tamper with it in any way. Don't do it. There's criminal sanctions you can be hit with, or you can just get sued by the company. But there is definitely prison time you can do. It is definitely against the law to do that. Please think before you couldn't come up with a rhyme. Just don't do it. And this just goes to show that not all hacking is necessarily, tech savvy individuals. It's merely having access to the systems when you're not supposed to, and doing things that can cause harm to the company, and that can usually have cascading effects throughout your local community. So, segment 3, millibyte. Today's millibyte piece of information that you might not know, what you're looking at here is the former Apple computer's logo. This is Sir Isaac Newton. Here's the apple above his head that the stories say fell on him and gave him the epiphany of how gravity works. Always a fun story to tell, even when you're old. not necessarily in school. So this was a very contemplative company back then. They, if you know anything about Steve Jobs, I recommend you read his. I don't know if it was the autobiography or just a biography, but it was very interesting how he spearheaded this company, how it started out. But yeah, the whole concept of Apple, it seems like it started here. It started with the idea of we're building something revolutionary, as foundational as was Sir Isaac's discoverings or writings on gravity. The people behind Apple, the brains behind Apple, thought that they were doing something momentous with their technology. As we all know, computers do run the world, so they might have been onto something. So the beginning's not so humble. They definitely thought greatly of themselves. They definitely were trying to say maybe they were going to be earth-shattering the way the discovery and understanding of gravity would be. So there you go. The Apple computer, the first logo. And now we know it is just the simple Apple. But now you know where all that stems from. No pun intended. Segment 4. We are at Crypto Corner. How time flies. In today's segment of Crypto Corner, there is it's not a legend. It actually happened. Somebody bought one of the first things that were bought with Bitcoin, which today you have access to many different payment options, or many different abilities to pay with Bitcoin for stuff. You have Coinbase's debit card. You have other companies that are coming up with debit cards that let you spend the Bitcoin that you own. You have people that are, you even have PayPal, I believe, and a couple of other companies, I think like Cash App, that let you pay with Bitcoin. So yeah, it's not so, crazy today, but this was in May 18th, 2010. You had a gentleman or gentlewoman on a forum who bought or asked for 10,000 Bitcoins to be taken from him in exchange for pizza. Specifically, I think it was two Papa John's pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins. Today that'd be worth many millions of dollars. Let's just say that. An absurd amount of money it'd be worth today. But he didn't know back then it'd be worth as much as it is now. I'm gonna share this link on the chat for y'all to, or rather on the comment section for y'all to check out. But this is Bitcoin Pizza. Anthony Pompliano is a big Bitcoin proponent. Talks a lot about it in the news and is very much a Bitcoin bull. Understands a lot about the technology. He's got a lot of interesting ideas. So he came up with this concept of Bitcoin Pizza. I think he started this last week. The proceeds go to the Human Rights Foundation. Excellent organization. Check them out as well. And then there's also, I believe there's also some money that's going to go towards the Bitcoin developers. I don't know exactly who is spearheading that or who actually receives that money and then gives it to the developers. Either way, anybody can develop on Bitcoin, so I'd be curious how they do that. This is a pilot program. I think it's only happening in several cities, but this is harkening back to the Bitcoin Pizza event in 2010 when Bitcoin was only a year and a half old or so. So making history. We made history with Bitcoin and pizza many years ago, 11 years ago, and now we're doing a callback here. Here are your different slices. Lightning meat sounds good. Laser eyes can't go wrong. Ham and pineapple, or pineapple ham. That's for y'all. No keys, no cheese. These are all pretty much inside jokes. Capital Greens. I'm not sure what this is about, but the no keys, no cheese is. I'll explain them all here. If there's a common saying in Bitcoin, if you don't own the keys to your Bitcoins, to your Bitcoin wallet, you don't actually own the Bitcoin. A custodian does. So if you care about your absolute control of your Bitcoin, you need to make sure you have your private keys and that some other custodian doesn't hold them. If you have your Bitcoins in Coinbase, they have your Bitcoins. Whoops, you don't have your Bitcoins. Satoshi's favorite. I think this actually was a thing. I think Satoshi did answer what his favorite pizza was. That it's pineapple ham. Laser eyes, I believe. This is the meme running around right now on Twitter where people have like laser eyes on their Twitter handles. I guess it just means we're laser focused on Bitcoin and the technology. and the progress it's making. Lightning Meet, I guess it's just the Lightning Network is what's going to allow Bitcoin to scale. A lot of critics are concerned that Bitcoin can't scale. Too many, it takes too long between transactions. But the Lightning Network is now online. It's continually growing in terms of node count and the amount of Bitcoin circulating within it. So the scalability woes are going to be a thing of the past very quickly here. And not sure about capital greens. And that's it. That is our 4 segments for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you learned something. Hope something was interesting. Catch y'all next time. Until next time, bye.